Hey guys, how you doing? Alex with JD Muscle here. Today we'll be showing you how to install coilovers for the 22 Plus WRX. We decided to go with the Swift springs, which are a little lighter than the original and offer a great ride quality. Here are the silver Neomaxes, which are a great daily driver option but will perform just as good on the track. Once the car's up in the air and the wheel's off, we're going to remove the brake line, the ABS sensor, and the two bolts for the strut. We will be removing a 12mm bolt that is behind this bracket to remove the brake line. Next up is the end link. It is two 17mm bolts, one up here and the other one down below connected to the sway bar. Next, we need a panel popper or a flathead screwdriver to pop off the clip for the ABS sensor. And after that, a 10mm bolt that's attached to the hub. Last and not least, we'll be taking two 19mm nuts and bolts, top and bottom, to remove the hub from the strut. Before removing the strut, we're going to remove the three 14mm bolts by the top hat. Use caution when removing it. Leave one bolted if you're working by yourself, so you could loosen it and remove the strut and it doesn't fall on your feet. For the rear struts removal, you're going to take the 14mm top hat screws, which you can see in here, and you're going to remove them to begin the removal of the rear struts. For the rear strut removal, the lower portion consists of three bolts you will remove from the lower control arm. The 17mm from the strut, the 14mm from the end link, and the 17mm from the control arm. The other two 14mm will be for the top hat. This is the 17mm for the strut bolt, 14mm for the end link, and 17mm for inner control arm bolt. Once the three bolts are removed in the lower control arm, you could drop the lower control arm like you see here. Then loosen up the top 14mm bolt, and once you do that, the strut should come out just like this. It's always good to check your coilovers once opening. They should be pretty snug when they come from the factory, but you always want to check that they're not loose. So you want to loosen them up. So check the preload. You always want to loosen the bottom ring first. Loosen the bottom ring, loosen the top part. So there's a little play, and you start tightening it up until it's snug and there's no movement. Then together do another 1.5 turn. Because we were running different configurations, we decided to run the out-of-the-box ride height. To install the coilovers, we're basically going to do the reverse configuration of what we did. We're going to put back the 17mm on the strut, the 14mm on the end link, and the 17mm on the control arm. For the front coilovers, when you put them on, please put the 14mm on first. To complete the installation of the coilover, you'll be reinstalling the brake line, the ABS sensor, the two 19mm hub bolts, and the new provided end link. Thank you for joining us for our install video. Please stay tuned for more videos. Like, share, subscribe. We have way more things to come.